Hello students, welcome to P.N.AMERSEY e-learning classes. In my previous video, I have explained you chapter number 4, the rat trap, and I have also explained you the theme, plot and introduction of this chapter. Today, I am going to explain you the characters and the summary of this chapter. Now, let us understand the characters of this chapter. The first and very most important character is Rattrap Paddler. Paddler means a sailor of small goods. So he was a sailor of a rat trap. The second character is Crofter. Crofter means farmer. He was an old man. He was very generous, but he was lonely. And he had been working as a crofter at Ramsjo Ironwork. Now the third character is Iron Master. Iron Master was the owner of a large iron factory and called Ransjo Ironwork. And he was very hardworking and conscious of his duties. In his younger days, he was in the military. Now, the fourth character and very positive character of this chapter is Adla Williamson, who was a daughter of Iron Master. Now, let us understand the summary of this chapter. The paddler was a vagabond who went around selling rat traps. He made traps from material he collected by bagging at the stores or big farms. As it was not profitable enough, he would bag and steal in order to collect enough means of survival. Still, his clothes were in rags, his cheeks were sunken, and hunger gleamed in his eyes. So, here, one day when he was thinking of rat traps, a funny thought came in his mind that the world itself is a big rat trap because it offered comforts and joy, just like the rat trap offered cheese and pork as a bait to the rats. And as soon as a rat was tempted to touch the bed, it trapped it. In the same way, the person also gets trapped and everything comes in end. One fine evening, he takes shelter at Crofter's cottage, and instead of unkind response, the Crofter welcomed him as he was also a loner like Paddler. The Crofter gave him dinner, shared his pipe, played cards with him. The Crofter informed that in past he worked at Ramsjo Ironwork. Now he had earned 30 knorr, that means money, it's a currency of Sweden, by selling cows' milk, and he showed him money which he put in a pouch near the door. Next morning, the crofter got up early to milk his cow, so the paddler was forced to get up early and leave with him. However, half an hour later, the paddler returned to the cottage. The paddler steals the money and takes the back road to keep away from people. So he decided to turn to the woods. Woods, that means forest. He kept on walking through woods, but he could not find the way. While he wandering in the forest, he realized that he has also caught in the rat trap, and the money was the bait. So here he is telling that when Paddler recalled his thought about the world being a rat trap, now his own turn had come. He had let himself be fooled by the bait that was money and had been caught in the rat trap. Now he gave up on life and lied on the ground. That means he thought now he would die. As he lied down, he heard thumping sound which indicated that there was an iron mill nearby. He gathered all his strength and moved towards the sound. Finally, he reached to Ramsjo Ironwork. It was pre-Christmas time. The work in the mill was in full swing. It was very noisy, so no one noticed the paddler who sat near the furnace to warm himself. The iron master, owner of the mill, would inspect regularly. So on that day also he visited mill. Just that moment he arrived and noticed the paddler laid so close to the furnace. However, he mistook the paddler to be Niels Olaf, who was a soldier friend of him. The master asked the paddler to accompany him to his house. The paddler was comfortable there, but the thought of going to the master's house was not pleasant to him. So he refused to go to his house. When the paddler refused to go and the iron master went away to send his daughter, Adla Williamson, who insisted him to join them for the night. She introduced herself to make Paddler feel comfortable. Finally, she won his confidence and he acknowledged her invitation for Christmas. Now, when the paddler reached the ironmaster's house, the paddler was scrubbed, bathed, given a haircut, a shave, and old clothes of the ironmaster to wear. In the morning light, the ironmaster realized that he had mistaken and the paddler was not his old friend. He wanted to call the sheriff. Sheriff, that means policeman. The paddler got angry and broke out that the world is Rattrap and one day he will sure be caught in it too. Now, when the ironmaster realized that the was not his friend, so the paddler made no attempt to lie any longer. He explained that he never said that he was Niels Olaf, but still the ironmaster said that the paddler had not been very honest and he would take him to the sheriff, that means police. So here paddler get angry and he said that the world was like a big rat trap and someday the ironmaster would also be trapped in it. Now, as the paddler was about to leave, Adla protested and convinced her father that he should be allowed to stay for Christmas as they have promised him Christmas meal. The paddler spent the whole Christmas Eve eating and sleeping. He could not understood why Adla was so humble to him. The next day, the ironmaster and Adla woke up early to go to Christmas service at church. They were informed about the old crofter who had been robbed by a man who went around selling rat traps. Adla shuddered, and the ironmaster wondered if anything would be stolen from the house by the time they reached. But when they reached home, the paddler had left the house. Adla found a letter addressed to her, signed by Captain von Stahel, and there was a small rat trap in which 3 10 krone notes were kept. In the letter, Paddler had written that although he was not a captain, but still Adla had treated him very gently, so he did not want to make her feel embarrassed that her guest, whom she treated so well, was a thief. At last, the paddler had written that since Adla had treated him like a real captain, he also wanted to be nice to her. He wanted the money to be returned to the crofter. He further wrote that he would not have been able to escape the rat trap if he had not been raised to the status of the captain. He even signed the letter as Captain von Stahel. He had become a changed person. So here we are completing this chapter. I hope student you would have understood this chapter. Please read the story carefully. Thank you.